whenever there's a new moon, each new moon is in a particular sign, right? And so when we know the keywords, like the traits and the characteristics, like the personality of the new moon, then we understand the kind of energy to expect around that time. And when you know the energy, you focus on that sort of energy because that's the energy that's present. That's the cycle that you're in. That's the tools that you're working with energetically. Hello, hello, hello. This is the new moon series, which, in other words, this video, along with the previous 8 signs, so I've already done Aries and Taurus and Gemini and Cancer and Leo and Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Yeah, the first 8 signs of the zodiac. And so I'm going to do all of them, all right? I'm on number 9, so we're on Saggi. So that's why I'm doing this this series of videos. Now, with that said, you can also listen to these videos, not to just focus only on a new moon intention, but you can also use it to learn about each sign of the zodiac. Yeah, so if you're whatever planet you have in any of these signs, you can apply all the meanings that you hear about this particular sign with the meaning of that particular planet that you have in that sign. For example, what are we doing, Saggi? Okay, so let's just pretend. Let's pretend that I have my Venus in Saggi. I don't have my Venus there, but let's pretend I do. So I would be like, oh, snap, I got Venus in Saggi. What does that mean? Do I know what Venus means? If I don't, I need to find out. I need to learn what Venus means. Then I need to understand, what does Saggi mean? Now, a lot of people have, probably 3, 4, 5 words they would say what Sagittarius means, but there may be other keywords or things that you never really thought about. Because here's the thing, okay? As we change and grow and evolve as a civilization, as the world around us changes, so too do the expression of these signs. Hopefully, they're elevating. That's what we want. We want them to elevate. But every now and then, there will be some really old school keyword that we haven't talked about in a while that we got blindsided with because we were like, oh, snap. I didn't know that was Sagittarius, or I didn't know that was Taurus, or I didn't know that was Scorpio. You see? So you kind of always got to pay attention to the past. You got to understand that that quality can be a possibility, right? That influence of that energy can still be there, can still be a part of those meanings, while it could also express in this way. And why would that be? I already explained number 1, because the way that we express and the way that we evolve, change, and grow, we're going to likely be elevating over time. Think about it, decade, century after century. I hope we've gotten beyond hunter-gatherer, right? Right. So you see what I mean? We change and grow and we express, and so the energy itself becomes more in depth and more evolved, and it becomes more rich, and the nuances become, yeah, it just almost starts to show all these different colors and tones. I'm saying, like, we start to see the different, I don't want to say the shades of gray, but do you understand what I mean? Like, it's never just a clear cut black and white thing. Yeah, the old saying, truth is rarely pure. And so it's not normally all super clear. There's usually some gray in there and maybe some confusion, right? But at the same time, we also then have to consider your free will. And so when we think about our free will, well, holy crap. If I say to myself, because I have Venus and Saggi, what's important to me? Traveling. I need to travel. I value traveling. I will any penny, extra penny I make, I can live in my car as long as I can travel. Matter of fact, I've heard somebody say that. I've heard someone say, the truth is, I wouldn't have a problem at all just living in like a little teeny tiny, um, like a little teeny tiny studio apartment. And matter of fact, if I wasn't married, I would probably live in my vehicle because then that way, all the extra money I had, I could spend on traveling all over the world. You see? So it's about priorities and your values, your creature comforts, like that's Venus energy. But if it's in Sagittarius, because it's a value, it's your desire, because it's Venus, all the Saggy stuff becomes your desire. It's what you then desire, it's what you value. So what's Sagittarius? I said travel for one of them, right? Travel, maybe going back to school and learning because we're trying to become more wise in our ways. It's a worldly type of energy. It's, the world traveler. And we immerse ourselves in other cultures and customs, right? Other civilizations. And so we see how others live, but at the same time, we get the bigger picture in Sagittarius because even though they may live differently, look differently, speak a different language, right? Have different customs than me, have a different religion than me, Sagittarius, religion and philosophy, spirituality, right? Even though they may have a different belief than I do, at the end of the day, if I cut them and if I cut myself, we're both going to be in pain. My blood's going to run red, all the same. They need a kidney. I need a kidney. Whoever needs a kidney, whatever. Like you can get a transplant from someone on the other side of the damn world who doesn't speak or think, not even the same gender. Like there's nothing about them that has to be even close to you except the human body itself and the genetics of that. And maybe genetics is the wrong word. I don't know enough to talk about that. So let's scratch that part out. But there's got to be enough there where it's compatible for you to take that on. But it's the underlying factor is you're both human. That's why you're able to do that, right? Regardless of their beliefs, regardless of their religious, I don't want to say leanings, but it kind of seems like that, where people aren't really actually religious. It's almost, well, let's not go there. I don't want to get there. So let's start reading a little bit more. Things to focus on when you're setting a new moon intention, or if you're not watching this video for that reason, you just want to learn a little bit more about the Sagittarius energy in your chart. I'm going to tell you right off the top, think Jupiter. Think Jupiter because that's the planet that rules Saggi. Okay. So you're thinking Jupiter, you're thinking, what does Jupiter mean? Well, if it rules Saggi, it probably means pretty much the same thing as Sagittarius means. So we always think justice, the judicial system. You already I said traveling. It also we think Jupiter, how it's the biggest planet, like it's that gas giant. So it can expand. It's really expansive. It kind of blows up type of thing. It goes big. That's Jupiter. Go big or go home. You hear that in the art world all the time. With teachers and stuff, go big or go home, damn it. So it can exaggerate. It can exaggerate. And it's a great storyteller for that reason. I know I've been trying to call my mom, just called her twice, and her hearing aids were connected to her phone, which means when the phone rings, it goes right into her ear. She could hear it. And that's how it is when she talks. Something happened. It worked this morning just fine. She had a doctor's appointment. They went. She came home. Everything was fine. I just called her twice. It's not working. So anyway. All right. So a quest for the truth. Quest for the truth. It says here a peace of mind. I think Jupiter is very confident. It says peace of mind. I've never heard that connected with Jupiter energy. I know with right now, Jupiter in Taurus, there is definitely like, let's just put it like this. For 2022 and 2023, the last part of 2022, and for 2023, I really truly can't imagine how I would be feeling if Jupiter wasn't in Taurus, because we have Uranus there and because the world is kind of insane. And so it feels like, we kind of feel frazzled, but Jupiter in Taurus has been, I think, a huge factor for me, and feeling, even though things can get frazzled and crazy, it's created a great sense of peace for me because Well, why? Why would that be? Because Taurus is about peace. I don't know if Jupiter is necessarily about peace, but Taurus absolutely is. And so going back to Venus in Jupiter, maybe there is some peace there because Venus is a ruler of Taurus. So she would desire peace. So Venus in Saggi, maybe we could see somebody who was always trying to make the peace with others, who wants to kind of establish, we're being fair, right? Fair, right? And love even. Oh my gosh. Desire and love. That would be tricky, Venus and Saggi. Lots of lovers. I love everyone. I love everyone. All right. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Venus and Sagittarius, although maybe not. I don't know. Because, yeah. Anyway, let's move on. So, travel, freedom, and adventure. Those are good ones. Freedom and adventure, Saggy for sure. It says legal issues. We think of the courtroom, the justice system, faith and optimism. Yeah, Saggy is pretty optimistic. It's a fire sign. It likes adventure, and it's got that sense of confidence with Sagittarius. It's got that courageous confidence and the adventure. It does seek new things. The fire signs are kind of like that. They're spicy, finding solutions. Finding solutions. Solutions. That's interesting. Finding solutions. I'm gonna have to let that one marinate in my brain a little bit. That's new for me. Huh. Overcoming excess. Okay, so here's the thing. Is Sagittarius about overcoming excess? No, Sagittarius is about excess because it's Jupiter. Remember, go big or go home. This, where I'm taking this from, is a book written by Jan Spiller. I'll give you guys the details down below. It's a great book. I've loved it. It's a great little resource. It's not like a front to cover thing. It's really like a resource. You can just open it to the rising sign or the moon sign or whatever. You open it to the sign and you can read about it. And so that's where I'm getting a lot of these other keywords. But she has in here like intentions, and she gives examples of the intentions based on the sign. That's why we're using this book. Okay. So overcoming excess would be one of the new moon intentions that you would focus on, that you would say, I want to overcome my excess with buying things. Sagittarius is can, depending upon how your Saggy energy is aspected and what house it's in and what planets are there. These can be the folks who are like the hoarders. The hoarder energy can look other ways too. I'm not pinning it on Saggy, but because with Saggy, it's like the more the merrier. You see what I mean? The more the merrier, the more that I have. One of my friends had really into like like the new age stuff, so rocks and stones and just all things for doing like you know you got the you've got different whether it's incense, anything for ceremonies, for rituals, and it's just the way that people connect with the earth, right? And understanding the minerals and the precious stones of the planet, basically, like quartz crystal, and like there's tons of different crystals from the earth. Matter of fact, I got a quartz. Is it just a quartz in my pocket? It might be just a quartz in my pocket, but I've got some myself. But I had this one friend, and yeah, Sagittarius energy, lots of stones. I mean, a lot. And so it seemed like this was someone who also enjoyed to go shopping. Um, Maybe this person had Venus and Saggy, because that would be someone who likes to go shopping for things for sure. Venus and Sagittarius. Venus, she loves to shop. She likes things. She wants to have her toes done, her hair done. She would like to wine and dine, food. Think Venus, the creature comforts, the smells. Yeah, candles, Venus, right? So with Saggy, it's going to be things that are spiritual, maybe even religious, maybe some traditional religions, but it wants some freedom in that as well. My ability to maybe dip my toes in lots of different ones. Like it likes the variety because we think Jupiter, right? Go big. I'm not going to pick just one. I want a dozen of these, a dozen of those. I want a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Sagittarius athletic energy too, earthy and athletic, believe it or not. And so it makes sense where they want the treasures of the earth, right? There's that wisdom connection with the Saggy energy. It understands the big picture and it understands where those earthy treasures are. Wow. Hold on. Let me check my phone real quick. All right. So let me move along here. I'm sorry. I can't remember where I was just at, but I had to see how my mom was doing. All right. So these are the things that we're paying attention to when we have a new moon in Saggy, or we just want to learn a little bit more about our Saggy energy. So it says direct communication. Yeah. Sagittarius energy can be unbelievably focused. It's that marksman on the horse. The horse is moving. It can pull the arrow out of the thing, and you're on a moving horse and it can hit a moving target. Like that's how good its focus is. It's phenomenal focus. So religion, prayer, and higher education, places of worship, it's very direct and frank and can be honest. It's just real straightforward, right? The other ones, they list connections to nature and very intuitive. It says peace of mind. Spontaneity and adventure, positive expectations. It loves to explore and foreign travel. Absolutely. It says attorneys, lawsuits, ethics, morality, conscience, court proceedings, faith. More keywords here. Faith, friendliness, good luck, a generous spirit. Absolutely. Gallantry, mentors, college and universities, philosophies, teachers, seeking answers, finding solutions. Shortcuts, that's a good one there. Self-righteousness, making assumptions, excesses. Obviously, these aren't the ones that are super positive, but that's every sign, positives and negatives. Extravagance, blunt communications, Pollyanna approaches. When we think of our physical body, the hips, the liver, sciatica, thighs, and upper legs. So, like in the other videos, some examples of what you would do if you were making a new moon wish, something you want to bring into your life. These are examples that she gives. Let's just use one for the health. What the hell? Samples. I want a total healing to occur in the area of and then you would fill in the blank with a body area that's ruled by Saggy. Okay. So the hips, liver, sciatica, thighs, or upper legs. Another one, I want to easily attract, recognize, and begin working with the right healers for me that restore my blank. Another one, I want to attract right information that leads to a total healing of my tendency to fill in the blank. Another one, I want to easily find myself taking action that leads to my successfully restoring my blank to perfect health and beauty. So you fill in the blanks for those, okay? Some other habits over here. I want the habit of being blunt easily lifted from me. I want the habit of talking foolhardy. Okay, let me repeat this, okay? I want the habit of taking foolhardy risks in the area of, you fill in the blank, totally lifted from me. And another, I want the tendency to take shortcuts that result in making mistakes easily lifted from me. Okay, so this is a Sagittarius keyword, Sagittarius stuff. Remember, there's the vices and the virtues in all signs. So it's not to pick on any one sign. These are just areas of your life in your chart, your Sagittarius, that you want to change for whatever reason. Okay, some more examples. I want to easily find myself obeying my conscience, leading to peace of mind. And here's another. I want to easily find myself acting with integrity on the prompting of my inner being. Remember, like I said in the beginning of the series, you don't have to use these. These are just examples, okay? You fill in the blanks however you like. I want to easily find myself acting. Oh, I think I said that one. Nope, that's another one. I want to. How about I just move on? I want to easily find myself behaving in a gallant manner with those who need my help. I want easy, friendly relationships with people. I want to easily find myself filled with confidence in positive outcomes. I want to solidly know within myself that there is a positive way out of any situation. I want to easily find myself having faith that a positive higher power is involved in every aspect of my life. I want to easily find myself receptive to good luck entering into every area of my life. So as you've noticed, each one began with a I want. And the writer mentions that it's not about wishes. She seems to believe that starting it off with I want is important. And that's her method of setting intentions, because I am bringing and drawing this in, and it has to do with your desire, what you want. So that is for Sagittarius, and I hope it helps. Let me know what you think. Comment below, and thank you for your time. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.